Hello friends, welcome to our channel. There once were a bear and a panda who lived in a big city. They were best friends even though they looked very different. The panda was black and white and the bear was brown. They loved their city, but they'd always dreamed of visiting Tokyo, the city of lights. One day, their dream came true. They bought plane tickets and set off on an exciting adventure. When they arrived at the airport, they were amazed by the crowds of people and the huge buildings. After getting their luggage, they took the train into the city. Their first stop was the famous Shibuya crossing. It was so busy with people and cars that the bear and the panda had a hard time crossing the street. They stopped at a cafe to take a break from all the excitement. The bear ordered a coffee while the panda got a refreshing lemonade. They sat down and enjoyed the delicious drinks as they watched the people go by. After resting, they continued exploring Shibuya. They checked out the trendy shops and boutiques until they came across a store selling cute stuffed animals. The panda couldn't resist going inside. As soon as they entered the store, the panda was drawn to a shelf full of adorable plushies. There were all shapes, sizes, and colors. The panda wanted to buy them all, but they knew they couldn't. So they carefully chose a few of their favorites. The bear, on the other hand, headed over to the action figure section. They found some cool superhero figures that reminded them of their own adventures. They picked out a Batman and Superman figurine to add to their collection. After paying for their items, the bear and the panda left the store feeling satisfied with their purchases. As the sun began to set, the bear and the panda decided to head back home. They took the train home, reminiscing about all the fun they had in Shibuya. The next day, the bear and the panda decided to visit Ueno Zoo, one of Tokyo's oldest and largest zoos. They got up early to beat the crowds and were amazed by the beautiful grounds and diverse animal species. First, they went to see the pandas. Of course, they were curious to see if they looked different from the panda. They were surprised to learn that they were actually related since pandas are part of the bear family. They also visited the elephant enclosure and stood in awe of these majestic creatures. They watched as the elephants sprayed water on themselves to cool off in the heat and used their trunks to eat and socialize. Next, they made their way to the big cat exhibit and marveled at the tigers, lions, and leopards. They appreciated the spacious enclosures which allowed the cats to roam and climb. They also learned about the conservation efforts being done to protect these endangered animals. After a few hours, the bear and the panda decided to take a break and have lunch. They found a nice spot under a tree and enjoyed their packed lunch while watching the monkeys playing around. Once they were rested, they continued exploring the zoo. They saw many other animals such as birds, reptiles, and amphibians. One of the highlights of the zoo was the aquarium. They were fascinated by the colorful fish and other sea creatures swimming past them. They also learned about the importance of preserving marine life and protecting the environment. As the day came to an end, the bear and the panda felt grateful for this experience at Ueno Zoo. They learned about different animals and supported a good cause. They left the zoo with a newfound appreciation for nature and a desire to continue learning about the world around them. On their third day in Tokyo, the bear and the panda wanted to try something new. They decided to visit a sushi restaurant that specializes in kid-friendly meals. When they arrived, they were greeted by a friendly staff member who showed them to their seats. The restaurant had a casual atmosphere with wooden tables and chairs. The walls were decorated with paintings of various sushi dishes and Japanese landscapes. The menu was extensive, offering a variety of sushi rolls, bowls, and platters. But since this was their first time trying sushi, they decided to order a sampler platter. The platter arrived and the bear and the panda were amazed by the colorful assortment of sushi in front of them. There were rolls with different types of fish, including salmon, tuna, and shrimp, as well as vegetarian options like avocado and cucumber. The sushi was beautifully presented and looked very appetizing. The bear and the panda started with a piece of salmon sushi. They could taste the freshness of the fish and the softness of the rice. The flavors were delicate and well balanced, not too salty or too sweet. They tried a tuna roll next and were impressed by its distinct taste and firm texture. The cucumber and avocado rolls were also delicious and refreshing. They appreciated how the creamy avocado and crunchy cucumber added a nice contrast to the other sushi dishes. Overall, the bear and the panda were thrilled with their first sushi experience. They learned that sushi wasn't just about raw fish, but actually a delightful combination of flavors and textures. They felt great knowing that they had tried something new and expanded their culinary horizons. Next, they headed to Tokyo Skytree, an iconic landmark and one of the tallest structures in Japan. They joined the queue and rode the elevator to the observation deck. The journey was smooth and took them to the top of the tower in seconds. Once they stepped onto the observation deck, they were met with a breathtaking panoramic view of Tokyo. The city skyline stretched out before them, dotted with numerous high-rise buildings and shimmering skyscrapers. In the distance, they could see Mount Fuji standing tall and proud on a clear day. The view was absolutely stunning. They spent some time taking in the sights and capturing photos of the amazing scenery, then it was time to go down. The bear and the panda left the observation deck and headed back home, feeling satisfied with their visit to Tokyo Skytree. On their last day in Tokyo, the bear and the panda decided to visit Odaiba, a futuristic waterfront city known for its amusement park rides and entertainment. When they arrived, they were immediately struck by the area's unique atmosphere. Odaiba is designed to resemble a science fiction city with sleek buildings and a bustling atmosphere. They started their day by visiting one of the most popular attractions in Odaiba, the giant Ferris wheel. They purchased tickets and climbed aboard one of the wheel's spacious cabins. As the Ferris wheel began to turn, the bear and the panda were treated to a stunning view of Odaiba and the surrounding areas. They could see the Rainbow Bridge, Tokyo Bay, and the cityscape in the distance. The experience was truly unforgettable. After getting off the Ferris wheel, the bear and the panda decided to try some of the other amusement park rides in the area. They went on a roller coaster that took them through tunnels and over hills. They also rode a carousel that featured colorful horses and other animals. The bear and the panda had a blast and felt like kids again. They ended their date by trying some local food and shopping for souvenirs. They ate delicious snacks like takoyaki and okonomiyaki and bought cute items to remember their trip. Overall, the bear and the panda had an amazing time in Odaiba. They loved the futuristic setting, the exciting rides, and the delicious food. It was the perfect place to spend their last day in Tokyo. At the end of their trip, the bear and the panda took a moment to reflect on their experience in Tokyo. They had so much fun exploring the city and trying new things. From the bustling streets of Shiba to the serene beauty of Ueno-zu, they had experienced the best of what Tokyo had to offer. They had tried sushi for the first time, marveled at the view from Tokyo's Skytree, and had a blast at Odaiba's amusement park. As they boarded the plane home, they knew they would cherish the memories they had made in Tokyo forever. The city had captured their hearts, and they couldn't wait to return. They had learned that trying new things and embracing different cultures could be both challenging and rewarding. They had faced their fears, stepped out of their comfort zones, and made the most of every opportunity that came their way. They had learned that traveling to Tokyo was more than just a trip. It was an opportunity to grow, learn, and make unforgettable memories.